and he will be stepping into the Octagon on May 12th. He's joining us via Skype, no other than the Sergeant. How are you doing, sir?
I'm very good. Yeah, we're 2 weeks out. So, now a little bit the anxiousness starts coming, getting a little like nervous, which is normal. The weight cut, yeah, basically another day in the office, normal business.
All right. And you're ready to step into the Octagon.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, it has been like a 1.5 year layoff, and now expectations are kind of high, especially from myself. I said that before. I felt like, although I'm on a 3-5 winning streak, I always felt I was like behind my performance. What I should have brought to the table. Even a win didn't taste that well. When you feel like you could and should have done much better, and I always felt like I had a little bit of hard time pleasing my fans too, because I mean, a fight is a fight. When you go to Japan, fight a Japanese. When you fight Texan in Texas, like sometimes the odds are against you, but still people want you to perform to your best. And yeah, that is something it's kind of, it always has a little bit overshadowed my fights, which I tried hard to improve, like my style and my effectiveness in the fight.
Okay. The previous fight for you would have been at 145 pounds, the featherweight division. How did that come about? Did you ever fight at featherweight before?
Here's the thing. Like I felt I'm a little bit like one of the smaller guys in the division in 155. If you look like guys like Maverick, Michael Chiesa, for example. I met him in Vegas in the Performance Institute, and that's a guy. He's very tall, and it seems like the body type of lightweights is going in that direction. More like taller guys, and I felt flyweight would be maybe more fitting for me. Featherweight, not flyweight. Flyweight would be suicidal. Featherweight. So that was the idea. But then, to be honest, the weight cut was really hard on my body. I would have made the weight if I wouldn't have got injured, but the camp wasn't a joy at all. I hated every day. I hated every day in training. I hated every meal that I basically had because it was way too small. So yeah, that is also why I decided to go back to lightweight.
Okay. Unfortunately, you had to cancel because of the injury. The opponent for the UFC event in Rotterdam would have been Zabit Magomed Sharipov. There is very much hype behind him. What do you think of his UFC career so far?
Yeah, I mean, what you gotta say? Like 3 fights, 3 bonuses. He performed very well. I love the last fight though. I'm against Kyle Bochniak.
Bochniak,
His name.
Yep.
Yeah, they put on a great fight, and I was really impressed by Kyle as well, because he's basically that body type that I am, like a more like smaller guy, and he just hung in there, and so I'm always have sympathy for the underdog. He went in that fight as the underdog, and he put on a rocky performance. So yeah, I like that a lot.
Okay. We know you had some problems in the past with the injury. Are you completely injury-free going into the next fight?
Yes, I am. I am.
Good.
And to be honest, I don't want to say that, but I feel like the fight card in Rotterdam is like jinx for me.
Yeah.
It's like that. Every time I'm on that card, something with my neck happens, and the funny thing. Like the first time, it was a disc prolapse, and disc prolapse for some people can be like the end of their career, because they, if the nerves are like attacked, you have a problem for the future. But then I worked on that, it got better, and then I got head kicked in my last training camp, and I had an edema in front of the C7. So it was very painful. I couldn't sleep. But what they found out when they did the MRI is that the disc prolapse of the year before was totally gone. like miracle, like gone.
Very good
It never
news.
was there. So which was good, but at the same time, then I had to cancel it again. So I feel like
Yeah.
the universe didn't like the idea of me fighting in Rotterdam. Ben, what is it with Rotterdam? Is it
I don't know. Maybe we should change the venue to Amsterdam. Maybe that's better luck.
maybe maybe
I
maybe
try
we
and
should?
go talk to them, change it from
Please
Rotterdam
do
to
that, Ben.
Amsterdam.
Do that, Ben, please.
All right. In the past, you trained at Tiger Muay Thai in Thailand, and for your
Yeah.
last fight in LA with Dynamics Martial Arts, Anthony Hardong, are you still
Yes.
training in Los Angeles?
Yes, I'm still training in Los Angeles. I'm training with Anthony Hardong at Dynamics MMA. Here's the thing. I love the Dutch people. It's like it's a German Dutch connection, you
Collaboration.
know. Exactly. It worked well in the first fight, and like we. Here's the thing. I trained here for about 2 weeks when I decided to move here. Now I really live like down the road, close to the gym. It's a walk, and yeah, I after that fight, there's no intention of going anywhere else.
All right. In the recent social media post, you mentioned the UFC Performance Institute.
Yes.
Are you contemplating on training there also in Las Vegas, or do you only use the institute for checkups on the body and maybe nutrition?
It was the Performance Institute for me was I wanted to check it out because I want to do my medics there, and then additionally, but now I went to the facility, and man, this is. I don't want to talk about it too much because I don't want more fighters to go there. I wanted to keep it more as a secret. But this is the most modern training facility. They have awesome physicists and scientists there. Roman, Clint, Bo. Awesome people, nutritionists. Cardiologists, I don't know, everything. I think they have astronauts there too. They have everything, and I implemented a lot of their advice in my training camp, and I actually really plan to jump. I mean, the base is gonna be here, Dynamics, but I'm gonna jump back and forth because, especially when you're not in camp, and you wanna build up your overall conditioning and health, this is the place.
All right. It's a very good move on the UFC part to make
Yes.
the institute available for the fighters. I had a
Yes.
virtual tour, and it indeed looks amazing for the fighters.
Yes. I have never seen. Look, I've been a judo player for like 20 years. I was with the national team. I was in Japan. I was in Brazil. I was in Russia. I fought and trained everywhere. I have never ever seen more professional and modern institutes like this in any kind. Like even the men's and the food they have is really awesome. I really like it there.
Good, very good. Like I said, on May 12th, you will be fighting again. UFC 224, Rio de Janeiro. It's your first time fighting MMA in Brazil. Are you excited about that?
Yes, man. Like really, I made a joke about that yesterday. Like sometimes I think of that, then I'm like, man, like it's Rio de Janeiro, it's Brazil, then it's against it's against a world champion from Brazil, from Rio. I'm scared, man. I'm nervous, but at the same time, this training camp has gone really, really smooth, and I'm working with awesome people, and I've tried hypnosis in this training camp, and it's a new approach, and I'm really curious how this is going to work out. So if you see me suddenly doing crazy stuff like that you wouldn't expect normally, that's hypnosis.
It's from the
speaking of.
hypnosis. When
Yes.
will you actually be traveling to Rio?
I will go next week already because I want to acclimate as early as possible. I go way before the 5 week starts, and I will be without my coaches. I will be by myself, which I don't care. You know, I breathe in the atmosphere. You know, I breathe in the air. I will try to be a little bit, you know, undercover. You know,
Mhm.
that they don't beat me up at the beach or something. You know, before,
Yeah.
but you know, it will be interesting.
Okay, actually, I mean, my next question, during the last interview, we talked about home field advantage, about you fighting in Germany, and then you told us you're sensitive to the fan reaction. Do you think
Yes,
this Brazilian fans will create this hostile environment, and do you think it will affect the
for sure. They
performance?
will hate me.
Yeah.
They will. They will boo me into the octagon and out of it. And it's funny. Like we, you know, there's this in my first UFC fight in Germany. I had this very nice interview after the fight, and it's that scene is used a lot for a lot of videos. It's like when I like cheered when I
The
tried
UFC
to
chant.
yes, the UFC chant. I say, give me a U, and they say U, and then give me a F, F, and C, C. And I was thinking, if I try the same shit in Brazil, it's gonna be like, give me a U, and they go boo, and then give me an F, and they say boo, you know, and then what does that make? And then 3 times boo, boo, boo. Like we were joking about that a couple of times. It's gonna be, you know, it's, you know, here's, and that's where the hypnosis comes in place. So you basically you make the boo like if they cheer, you know, to be honest, you know, I don't even sometimes, you know, you are in the zone in that moment. You're in the fight and you don't really see the people, you don't see the light, you just see the guy. And when they cheer, you know, for him, I would think it's for me. Or like, oh, great, I must have done something really good. You know, it's like
The
playing like
mentality going
mind
into,
tricks.
yeah, the whole
Yes,
different mentality. Now
yes,
that we are on the subject of hostile environments, and I have to ask, I presume you have seen the Conor McGregor footage a couple of weeks back, throwing the
yeah,
trolley through the bus window and
yeah,
injuring multiple people on the bus. What's your
yeah.
opinion on this stuff?
Look, here's the thing. I Ben, I like you a lot, and I really like our interviews. But I gotta say, with that intensity, I don't give a shit about that. Really, I couldn't care any less what some guy does. The only thing I feel sorry for is the fighters that basically had to cancel their fights. I met,
Yeah.
as said, I met Michael Chiesa 3 weeks before that fight. He was in good spirit, in a good shape. That's pretty bad, and I feel sorry for him. But seriously, I don't give a shit about that. And the second thing is, you know, if we always talk about it, you know,
Yeah.
we give food for him and for others to do that. So you
Let,
know, I know you have to ask that question. I don't blame you. You know, you do your job, but you know what I mean. Like I couldn't care less.
Then let's skip on to the next question and forget about this. The first fight announced for the card, UFC 224, was Nick Hein versus Davi Ramos.
Yes,
So that's great. Let's talk
yes.
about your opponent for a minute. What's your impression of Ramos as an opponent?
I mean, to be honest, I didn't know him before. I saw the footage. I saw like the fight got offered to me. I didn't even speak with my coach before I already agreed. You know, I looked at him. You know, I was happy that Sean Shelby, you know, answered my request to fight soon again. And he gave me the opponent. I looked at him and I said, yes, I want to fight this guy. And then later at training, I told the guys who I'm fighting, and then I hit him. Oh, he's fighting Davi Ramos, and everybody's like, oh, this guy, oh, he's the world champion, blah blah blah. And I didn't know all that. I saw the footage and I agreed to it because you know I want to fight this guy. But you know, then everybody's like, oh, he's that big BJJ champion. I'm like, I didn't know that. So yeah, so I mean, I have nothing but respect for him, and yeah, I watched his fights. He's an explosive guy. It's gonna, you know, if it's like two rams, you know, going against each other, it has the potential of a very good fight. At the same time, you know, I was a pretty good judo player, you know, on a world
Yeah.
level. I competed in World Cups. I competed actually one of my 2 World Cup medals I took in Brazil. You know, it's gonna be a little bit. I feel it's gonna be a little bit like BJJ versus judo. You know, so this is gonna be interesting, and we're gonna see what's going to happen.
It's definitely an advantage that you already know how to win in Brazil, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Good. And are you specifically training on submission defense and groundwork for this fight? Or is that a big secret?
I mean, it's no secret that we know where his danger is. You know, I mean, like, of course we have a strategy, and we will try to you know, not do as everybody expects us to do. We had a lot of time too. I mean, it was a 1.5 year layoff, but you know, of course, you know, I will have sharpened a little bit those edges, you know, to get my guillotine and escapes and back escapes and rear naked choke escapes. And here's the thing: how do you prepare for a guy that knows everything on the ground very well? You know, you try to get as good as you can. And as I said, like, I can't tell you too much, but
Of course.
we worked. But maybe I just made that all up, and
Just to
I'm gonna
throw him
challenge
off.
him, and I'm gonna challenge him on the ground. You know, I lay myself like on the back, tell him to come in my guard, and then get a little bit of Sergeant's BJJ game. Man, I'm a
Ah,
purple belt myself. I just placed 3rd place on the local area competition lately. Yeah, so you gotta be aware of
expecting
my.
everything, right?
Exactly.
I can't wait to find out. You won 8 of your last 9 fights, 3-fight
Yeah.
win streak, you already mentioned it. Do you feel
Yeah.
any extra pressure to keep that streak alive?
More pressure?
Yeah.
Man, even more.
Even
In
more.
Brazil against the world champion, and then Brazilian 2 and 1.5 year layoff, and run behind my performance, and now the 3. I don't know if I can take all that pressure.
All right.
Seriously, I'm nervous normally, like always, and you know, we will see on fight day. You know, I'm a pretty open guy. I don't make a fuss about it. You know, and to go there every time and say, oh, this has been the best camp of my life. You're gonna see
Yeah.
it. I don't know. I don't know shit. You know, I know what I was able to do in here. We. I hope I will be able to do that, and I'm confident for that too. But we will see. You know, we will see on the 12th of May, and pressure is there for sure. But to be honest, it's always there. There's never a fight where I feel like, oh, you know,
This is
let's
gonna
see
be
how that
easy.
goes.
Yeah, no. I can imagine.
Yeah,
If you would win the fight against Davi Ramos, you're 5-1 in the UFC, which
yeah,
is one of the better records in your division. Are
yeah.
you ready for a top 15 opponent? What's next for you?
I'm gonna talk about that after the fight. Of course, I made my thoughts, but I feel it's jinx talking about that before the fight. I always I'm always a little bit like this when I see people in the interviews, and then they're already behind their fight.
The
Like,
next fight,
yeah,
yeah.
you're gonna see what's gonna happen to you, and then when they lose, yeah, that's because you said all that bullshit before your fight. Let me see where that goes. And I promise you, Ben, you will be the first interview after the fight. We can have a Skype interview right after the fight. Only
Very
if I
good.
win. Only if I win. If I do shit, you know, I don't want to talk to anybody.
All
But if
right.
I win, we talk, and then I tell you what I want. Okay?
Okay. If you win the fight, I will be calling.
Yes.
All right. Next month will be your 6th UFC fight. What's the
Yes.
contract status? Are there any fights left on the contract?
I have a total new contract. That's the thing. I was
Ah,
supposed to get my first fight done in Rotterdam, which didn't happen. So I have a totally untouched new contract.
very good. So there are many more fights for Nick Hein left. That's very good to
Yes.
hear. Okay,
Yes.
last time you fought, the event was being held in Hamburg, Germany.
Yeah.
And it has been recently announced the UFC is returning to Hamburg on this
Yes.
22nd of July. UFC
Yes.
Fight Night 134. Are you interested to fight on the event, or is it too soon fighting only after 3 months?
Again, like Ben, I promise you're the first guy I talk to after the fight. We will see about that. Of course, it got to my mind, but again, like if I have a depends on how the fight goes, and
Of
then
course, yeah.
also like what will be the next offer. I like food too. I didn't have it in a long time. I might grow a little bit in that first week after the fight, and depending on what's next, that will dedicate the outcome
Of
of
course.
my feasting.
Yeah, and enjoyably so. We all know you have this beautiful family. You train MMA almost non-stop, but you still managed to write that book called Polizei am Limit, freely translated Police at the Limit. And
Yes.
I hear it's a very good book, which exposes different problems the German police has to deal with. I
Yes.
did not read the book yet myself. A certain someone promised to send me a copy of the book. So I think I have an axe to grind with this person. But correct me if I'm wrong. The book is, amongst other things, about the lack of good equipment for the German police and
Yes.
the lack of respect for the police in general, correct?
Yes. Yes. It's
Oh.
basically a story about like the time I experienced when I was an officer, and then like also implemented. Now I'm training a lot of police officers in Germany, and it's their experience and their point of view on that things too. Look, to be honest, I'm really thankful but surprised at the same time how good we live in Germany right now, when like because when we go back to the fact that the police is so understaffed, badly equipped, and paid and over, like we have think right now the police in Germany pushes like 22 million extra hours. So they accumulated all that extra hours,
Mhm.
and it's like there's too it's
Too
not
much
enough police
pressure.
officers. So I'm kind of surprised that we are still that safe in Germany with that circumstances at the same time. So yeah, so it's an awesome book. You have to read it, Ben.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna do it, I promise. We're gonna wrap up the interview, but before we
Okay.
end it, we have a fan question from the Netherlands. And
Yes.
this question is from someone who calls him or herself Superfan187. And we
Yes.
already touched on it. Is Nick
Yeah.
Hein ever going to fight in the Netherlands with a little winky face?
Yeah, that is a good question. I Here's the thing. I'm telling you, like it hit me two times really bad, and like I was really sad, especially the last time, because I was supposed to go with Anthony, and Anthony has family close to Rotterdam and
Yeah.
his training partners, and it was kind of like a homecoming for him, and I could see that his heart was a little bit broken too. And as I said, I've always felt comfortable in the Netherlands with Dutch people. Man, Anthony, my coach, we are always joking, because there's that feud between Germany and the Netherlands,
Yeah, there is.
with soccer, and we're always like kind of teasing each other, but we really, it's love, we and the Dutch and the German people, it has always been that love-hate relationship. But actually, if somebody would mess with the Dutch or the Germans, like they would stick together. It's a fact. We know that. So
Yeah.
I would love to fight in the Netherlands. And yeah, but as I said, Ben, we gotta you gotta talk to the UFC to make it probably somewhere else in Rotterdam. I love Rotterdam, but it has been jinxed to me.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if Dana picks up if I call him.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah,
Do that.
before we leave, please tell the fans where they can find you on social media.
Yes, thank you. That's good. Like on Facebook and on Instagram and Twitter as well. You will find me with Nick Hein MMA. It's one word. So NickHein and then MMA. One word, and you will find me on any social media.
All right, you heard the man at Nick Hein MMA. Go give the sergeant a follow. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to the MMA DNA fan base. Viele Grüße und Dankeschön.
Thank you very much, Ben. Always a pleasure.
Thank you.